And we're live. Today I'm going to be talking about the farming aspect of this game, which is hunting down the resources you need to build shit like hunting down Oberon parts, doing sorties for Strun parts, getting your prime parts, spectres, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's difficult, but rewarding too. Like, when I sort of farmed for Equinox, that's like 9 pieces. That was hell. And then farming for Avara now, that was hell because there's no guaranteed drop rate for it. For any of the parts. Which I didn't really enjoy, but I got used to it because I got really good at the type of missions I was doing, like spy missions, because that's what you have to do. I got really good at that sort of stuff. And while I was doing that stuff, and also increasing on my, I don't know what you call it, my ability to farm for shit in a well done manner, it occurred to me that I've just lost my train of thought. Let me start over. Okay, so the farming aspect of this game is fun, it's rewarding, and you get a new thing out of doing it. Like, I love farming because I love getting my new frames and shit like that, whereas not a lot of people want their more frames. Yeah, that's not very explanatory, is it? But yeah, I'm sure you understand what I mean. So I farm a lot for my resources. I farm Void for the Void parts, go to Pluto Sakura for credits, and Heracon for gold cores and keys, and credits as well, because you get a hefty amount of credits from going to Heracon. You get about, I don't know, 90,000 in 20 minutes, which is a lot. And if you've got a resource credit booster, which I don't often have, you can get like 180,000 in one run, more. It's all about how long you stay. Whereas with Sakura, it's 5 waves you leave, you always get the same amount of credits, unless you kill a lot more enemies than usual. Which is good, because the countless amount of credits you can get and the amount of credits you will get, like if you've got 4 you get 23,000, but if you've got a resource boost you get 46,000, which is quite a lot because most of the missions don't give anywhere near that much. It's only really the dark sectors that give you a lot of credits, which is good because it makes them rewarding, whereas a lot of them are actually quite easy because the infested are weak as fuck. Like here, we're just destroying the infested, and they're like they're in the 30s, and yeah, we've got a Nova, Avara, Zephyr, and a Naros. And those are all really good frames for this sort of stuff, because Naros, very, very strong, because no shields, constantly sucking health out of the enemies. Nova, which I think is a speed Nova, is really good because it makes you do a lot more damage to the enemies and brings the enemies closer so you can get it done quicker. And Zephyr has his tornadoes abilities, and he can dive bomb and do that sort of stuff. They're all very unique frames, and Avara's got Quiver, Artemis, bow, prowl, and navigator. So if she wanted to, she could just shoot an arrow, travel it around the map, and then come back. But yeah, like this. And the great thing about this is you can go under the map. Oh, shit. And it's done. It's also, if you've got the right build, your Artemis bow can be very, very powerful, and your duration can be a lot longer, and the radius of your bubble is great because you can pretty much cover in like the entire area, but that's really small because I've got no range. Whereas on a lot of my builds I have no strength and I have range and duration, so I can go invisible for prowl and use quiver and shit like that, which I don't often do because I don't often do spy missions anymore now that I've got Ivara. But like, you can use dash wire, which is a great ability. You can just spawn one of those wires anywhere you want. I don't actually think one spawned. No, I didn't. I've got efficiency on mine, so I don't use that much energy when I use my Artemis bow, where I think for a lot of people it's about 25 to 15 energy. For me it's just 10. I'm not actually sure because I've never really used my frame without the good old oh, I just lost my train of thought again. What was I talking about? Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, back to farming with the resources and frames. Ember, easy enough to farm. I mean, she's a pain in the ass because General Saga Thruk is hard to farm. Vault you can only get from your dojo, same with Wukong and Zephyr and I think Banshee. But that's alright because I mean, if you're in a well researched clan and you go and get shit like that, it's pretty alright. Don't have to worry particularly much about it. You can just walk in there, get them, don't have to farm for them. And I mean, with Vault, Loki and Excalibur, I don't particularly farm for Loki and Excalibur. I'll buy them because I'll fast forward them because I love those frames, and I'll also put a reactor on them and I'll need a slot, so that's 70 just for the fast forwarding and the slot, and then it's 90 with the reactor. So buying them from the store, it's a lot cheaper and you don't have to waste your resources. And stuff like Vault, where you get from just your dojo, and Wukong, Zephyr and Banshee, they're all really good frames. Whereas if you did the quest to get Chroma and then you deleted them, that would be one of the only instances where you should buy a frame like that, because you can't get it again. Like Atlas, if you delete it you can't get it again. Or I don't know, Mirage, which I use pretty much all the time because it's my favourite frame. It's just so great to use that frame. She's powerful, she's worth the grind for the missions, and like it's guaranteed to get each part with each mission. So it's a riddle, so you go on a quest to get it and you enjoy the quest while you're doing. Whereas a lot of them you don't, because Chroma, I got really bored because I didn't like scanning shit. Atlas, I actually need to do that quest, but as a bit of a gift, my friend bought me Atlas because he knew I really wanted it and I hadn't hadn't got it. So he's like, oh, yeah, I'll buy you Atlas, and so he did. And I still use Atlas a lot, and I've had the new 2 of the new augments on it. I've had Chroma's augment afterburn, which I didn't really use because it wasn't that great. What else? I really enjoyed Chroma, but could have been better. Whereas, yeah, Effigy is a really good ability. I like how you can change the damage that Chroma does with the energy color, but with a lot of my setups I use a black and red, sorry, currently I'm using black, red and blue because that's what I had on my Chroma, and I actually quite like it. But whereas if I want to change to another energy, it sucks because then that doesn't suit my other colours. And I like that and all. Argon crystals, they're annoying because they disappear, but you lose one every 24 hours I think, or you lose the one you got 24 hours after you got it. I don't actually remember how it works, because I'm usually not using them because a lot of the frames that I build don't require argon crystals. And a lot of the time I really do enjoy using my frames that I've got, like Ember Prime, one of the rarer frames of the game, because can't get her anymore, she's been vaulted for a while. For those that don't know what that means, it means she's been taken out of the game, so there's no way to get her without buying it from the market, or from the market like the trading tab, or waiting for her to come back, which don't know if that's actually happening, because that happened with Frost as a Christmas sort of thing. They're like, oh, hey everyone, it's Christmas, here we bring Frost Prime out of the vault, and he's still extremely valuable because he's such a sought after frame. But void farming, I love void farming. It's like such a mystery of what you're gonna get, and survivals, it's always enjoyable because you've got pretty much one of every enemy in that area. So you've got like the Infested, you've got the Grenier, you've got Corpus, all in the one area, because you've got Heavy Gunners, the Corrupted. And the fun thing about the Corrupted is those gold plates actually rip out the insides of their faces and replace it and just control everything of their neural sensors, like all their neurals, while they're completely aware that they're doing it and they can feel everything, but they can't do anything about it because that faceplate is corrupting them. Anyway, back to farming. Wow, I get sidetracked a lot. I should just do let's talk instead of let's talk about. Good idea. Okay, I'm going to just quickly list off some of the frames and where you get them from. Trinity you get from killing the 2 bosses, which it's a double boss fight, which is Vor and Lich Krill, which is reasonably hard because Vor's a high level, but and then Lieutenant Lich Krill is just an asshole because of his ability to not take damage until you destroy his tubes, which is very, very annoying. And then there's also there's also the, what do you get? From Vor you just get the Seer and the Krona? I think it's the Krona, yeah, the pistols. Pistol and the sword. From Lieutenant Lich Krill you get Frost, which is actually a really hard fight because he takes so long to kill, but it's definitely worth it. Excalibur, Ambulance, Raptor is Nova. I'm stumped. Ember, as I said, General Saga Thruck. Rhino, Jackal, Mag, Sergeant. That's quite the difficult thing to think about while you're doing missions. Loki is, I can't actually remember. I've never farmed for Loki, I've always just bought it. Um, Siren is the Caledy theme. It's a fun fight, but it's boring after repetitively doing it. What else is there? Eris is on Eris there's 2 boss fights, but you need a key to kill. Mutilus LAV is Misa, and Atlas is the Jordas Golem. I remember once I checked in the market. Okay, Ash you get from just high level enemies. Atlas, Jordas Golem, Banshee you get from the dojo, research lab, the Tenno lab. Chroma you get from a quest. Ember, General Sagus Ruck, Equinox, Tile, Rigor, Excalibur, that is Ambulus, Frost, Lieutenant Lich Krill, Hydroid, Vahek, Anaros, Quest, Avara, Spy Missions, Limbo, Quest, Nisa, Swordies, Necros, that is the Lephantis, which is an Orokin Derelict Assassinate, Mirage, Quest, Misa. You need to complete a quest before you can get the key, but you can do it with friends before you get the key. Misa is Mutilus LV, Mag is Sergeant, Loki I'm not actually sure, I can't remember. Nova is Raptor, Nyx, can't remember. Oberon you get from killing Eximus enemies, Rhino, Jackal, Siren, Khaled Thame, Trinity, Lieutenant Lich Krill and Captain Vor, Valkyr, LAV, Vauban, Alerts, Vault, Dojo, Wukong Dojo, Zephyr Dojo, Electron from completing special Archwing missions, and Itzal you get from the dojo. And that's all good, because some boss fights are hard, some are easy. Ash, because you have to kill, I think, level 80 and above enemy. So it's so it's easier just to get your get Ash Prime. Banshee's dojo. She's really good. So is Chroma and Atlas. But they're all really good frames in their own way. Like Mag needs a rework because she's the Corpus Killer, because that's really all she does. Necros is extremely squishy and is only ever used for her desecrate ability. This has Swordy, so it's a hard frame to get, but it sells really cheap now, which is sort of weird because it's hard to get. But yeah, I think I've explained some farming aspects enough. Some materials you get from, well, all materials you get from planets, like Pluto you get Rubido, Morphics and Plastids and alloy plates. Neptune you get nanospores? Yeah, nanospores, ferrite control modules, and Fieldron sample? Yep. Uranus is polymer bundles, plastids, gallium and detonite ampules. Saturn is plastids, nanospores, Orokin cells and detonite ampules. Jupiter is salvage, Fieldron samples, neural sensors and alloy plates. Mars is Morphic, salvage, gallium and Fieldron. Earth is ferrite, rubido, neroids, detonite ampule. Venus is alloy plate, polymer bundles, circuits and Fieldron samples. Mercury is Morphic, ferrite, polymer bundle, detonite ampules. And Derelict is nanospores, mutagen sample and Arkansas. Anyways, Phobos, Rubido, Morphix, Plastids, alloy plate. Yeah. Void, ferrite, ferrite, rubido, argon crystals, which are very, very rare of the drops there, and they're very good, and control modules, and dojo, and so on, so on, so on, so on, so on. I'm going to finish the video here, and thank you guys for watching, which is great. I hope you have learned something from this video. Ciao.